in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it wasn't uncommon to have a waiting list of over 500 people. And you can imagine if you were number 499, how long you had to wait to get in. So anyway, what we decided to do was to build another building. And following that, another one and another one. So it was kind of hard to make a change right in the middle of a building project, which seemed to be ongoing for the 37 years that I was here. The one thing that I remember most isn't so much the buildings and how many we built, but the residents. When I first came, I didn't know anything about nursing homes. I came out of a hospital, and this was a very strange environment for me. So I asked Mr. Peterman, who was the superintendent at the time, what does an assistant administrator do? And he said, well, do whatever you want to do as long as you don't spend any money. And I got the same feeling from the county board. I went to the first county board meeting, and they introduced me as a new assistant administrator. And they said, we're so glad to have you with us, but please don't spend any money. And I think that was kind of ongoing, even though we had one building project after another. And I will say this, that in all the years that I was here, we had just about 100% support by the county board. They've always loved this center. We always had a few county board members who wanted to sell it, but that's understandable because they supported it to the tune of, I think today I heard $2.5 billion a year, which is no small sum. But they were always supportive and always came through to support the residents here. Some of the things that I remember aren't so much the building projects and all the complications that go along with getting things done there, but the things that I remember most are the individuals, the residents here. We had one lady, the reporter came to interview her. He was all set to have a nice long interview with this young lady. She was 103 years old. And he asked her, he said, well, what do you do here all day long? She looked at him and smirked a little bit and said, well, wouldn't you like to know? And that was the end of the interview. Two other ladies that I remember, they used to love to go to the Viking and have a little glass of wine in the evening. And so every day about 4 o'clock, they'd hail a cab and get a ride over to the Viking and sit there and have a glass of wine, get a cab and come home. And I wished them well every time they went. I said, well, we'll see you in a couple hours. And then I got a call from the bartender at the Viking. And he said, hey, Mr. Reinecke, I want to just tell you one thing. He said, there's 2 ladies that come in from your establishment about 3-4 times a week, and they have a glass of wine, and they get up and leave. But they never pay. And so I said, well, what can I do? And he said, I don't know. He said, I serve them. I don't know what else to do. I said, well, I'll stop over. Let me know what it costs, and I'll take care of it. Which we did, and they continued to do that for as long as they were here. Not only that, but they never paid the cab drivers either. But I think in those days, you know, the cabs were independently run, and so they just decided, well, it's my good deed for the day. I'll take them over there and pick them up and bring them home. And the other thing that made life so nice here was the tremendous number of volunteers that gave judiciously of their time and energies to make this the place it is today. You could never operate an organization like this without volunteers. There just aren't enough hands. Yeah. And I can't say enough about them and about our employees as well. Employees work diligently, they work hard, and sometimes they're not appreciated like they should be. But we always try to do the best we can by them. We've always provided, I think, probably the best salaries in this type of environment, and I think that that's a continuation still today. Anyway, I love my 37 and a half years here, and I hope the future administrator, when she gets to 37 and a half, that she's going to love every minute of it too. Thank you very much.